This video taken by the ISUPK is posted on the school's website and on YouTube. He says he and members of his Christian Bible school are well within their First Amendment rights. But shop owners say they've heard enough. Today in court, their lawyers argued the group is trespassing. In addition, they say the group's offensive.
Niggas want me dead. Crackers too, but these coon ass niggas, they for the feds. My stick full of lead. In case these whole niggas try me, man, I might have to make that bed. No need to even flex. Cause how I walk it, how I talk it, let you know my speech direct. You heard what I said. Another move, your life passing through your mind, now you're big. And I'm fresh like a motherfucker. Niggas hating cause they more want us. I'm just coolin' by myself, but now they all on me. Shut up, bitch, eat a dick, I don't wanna love you. Sip that pool, wow, got your lace up out your shoe now. Look what you finna do, wow, it's hot. Hop around these niggas till you flop. I'm busy getting mine, but all these niggas wanna duck. But it's cool, let me know I'm on the top. Steady in the courtroom, always fighting cops. Call the white man the devil, and that's off the top. So they try to stop my movement with a block, but I beat the case every damn time, so they watch. Waiting on a nigga to try to make me slip up. Walking up on me like homeboy, what's in your cup? Do you have any drugs? Well, let me see the slugs. Make it your bitch ass back, get mad, you ain't getting love. Your wife made you clip it damn nuts, yeah, I know. Crazy what coon people will do for these hoes. But I ain't even pressed, I see why you going on. My nigga, you dead wrong, bust a netball, get it on.
Black and white land, shit is crazy. Black and white land, shit is crazy.
I'm freshen up, cleaner than the motherfucker. Good juice in my cup is redder than the blood sucker. Drip on leak, yeah, drip on me. Hey, talking about, but what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, you see these damn bitches, they be choosing on me. But I don't want the bitch, but that bitch drooling on me. I get to walking on the girl, she wanna moving with me. But I won't have it cause she easy like spaghetti, homie. Unleash it to the G. Who is he? That nigga from SC? Get your level straight before you approach a G. Zion TC 0013. Sits on the stick, it got me cruising off the scene. The fuck do you mean? Yeah, nigga, yeah. They nigga be hating, but they can't penetrate us. Tryna shoot at us now or later, but I'ma get you now. Potato on the bow, blang, blow.
But even 30 years later, videos don't necessarily lead to convictions of officers. Advocates for reform say that needs to change.
Shaw, that's AJR.
Shaw, man, you know what I'm saying? Realest nigga out here, man. Nigga turned up, feel me? Nigga turned the city up, fucking with his music. We out of pull right
Where we at though? Where we at?
Greenville, South Carolina, man.
Where we at?
Shout out Shaw, man. Turned up, man.
Damn right.
Fuck with him, man.
Get him in that. Right.
Birds, you dig?
There go, brother.
Dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. One West, nigga. Dear hater, you for real hater? Must not be on like you say, must not be getting no real paper. Nigga can't have more than you know them niggas will still hate you. Those are characteristics in a pussy nigga nature. Talk that shit behind my back, but be on mute when it's the facial. Smiling in my face, but you can't hide all of that hatred. I'm too silent, you a snake. I see that shit a mile away. Man of war, and I'm not sorry, blame that shit on UPK. Pussy ass nigga, you a Okay. Homie, I've been...
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and a brother or a sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what does a leaf do to a tree? Cover the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture. So when the Most High saw him and said, yo, Adam, where are you, man? Why you don't mean I can't find you? He was like, who is this nigga, man? Where are you, man? I don't know you.
Okay. So the Ba al Banya Yasha'ala wa Amarath al Hamma wa Idya Yahau. The Ba means speak. Al, when it's joined with something, so al Banya means what? Unto, right? Excellent. So al when it's joined with something means unto. Banya means children. Yasha'ala is Israel. So unto the children of Israel.
Like, if it's one thing a hoe gonna do, a hoe gonna hold. But you ain't, she can't hold if there's nobody to hold with. And the thing she said at the end, where she said, I went back and I lied to him and he still wouldn't do it. And then she threw up her hands and she said, well, he'll just be a brother. That's what he need.
That's
brothers.
Right.
If we have more brothers, hoes like her wouldn't have no outlet.
There was a man in the land of Oz, his name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
There you go, the man called Job. I think Job is what, like, afflicted. And that man was perfect and upright, meaning what? You can be perfect, man. Job was a man like everybody else, man. Job wasn't no angel, he didn't come from the heavens. And that man was perfect, meaning what? You can be perfect in the Bible. Being perfect is in the Bible.
Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith, hey, y'all know Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain above 50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow.
Hey, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatan Bashim Yahushai to all the sisters. You know what I'm saying? With the ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Combining to Yahweh Shema Alatan Bashim Yahushai to all the sisters. You know what I'm saying? With the ISUPK. Like, does anybody have the video playing?
Salakia, what's me, sir?
Okay.
Muted.
No sweat, Most High in Christ. All right. The ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on a combining journey of Hannah. You know what I'm saying? Since 1969, we've been bringing, since 1969, Salakia, we're bringing out the true identity of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, bringing us back to our true culture before, you know what I'm saying, we learned all these habits and behaviors that we, you know, got from our oppressor. Since all we've known since slavery is what our oppressor has given us. All he's, you know, saying literally and spiritually fed us is his wickedness. But we have a way and we have an identity. We have a culture and customs that are outside of our oppressor, that are outside of the so-called white man or the so-called Arabs or all these other nations that had a hand in our oppression. You know what I'm saying? The conquistadors, the Spanish, the French, every, you know what I'm saying, every nation and every people that has had their hand in the oppression and the exploitation of so-called, the exploitations like here, of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. All right. And we're going to get into tonight's class. Tonight's class is the Lashawan Qadash, which means holy tongue. Is where I will teach you how to read, write, and speak biblical Hebrew. All right. Also, make sure y'all come through. If you can't make it in person, y'all want to be in Leicester this Saturday. That's what I'm going to say. You want to be in Leicester tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We have the class, which will be taking place from 5 till 7 at the Caribbean Center in, it's called the Caribbean. Yeah, the Caribbean Center in Leicester. So like, I was thinking it's the Caribbean Leisure Center. I believe it's just called they call it the African Caribbean Center, but of course we know we're not African. So we just call it the Caribbean Center. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all make it to Leicester. If you can't make it to Leicester, make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, tune into the stream. It's going to be a real heavy class and just pay attention. Y'all definitely want to be in Leicester this Saturday. All right. Now, without further ado, I'm going to get into tonight's class. So first, I'm going to say shalom to everybody that's on the stream. We got Kyle in the building. Yahweh Shema, Allah Ta'ala Shemi, I was shy. You know what I'm saying? We got Baraki Allah in the cut. Yahweh Shemi, I was shy, Barakatah. We got Sister Parah. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shema, Allah Ta'ala Shemi, I was shy. All right, we also got Iran in the building. Yahweh Shemi, I was shy, Barakatah.
Shalom, sir. Yahweh Shemi, I was shy, Barakatah.
Most High Christ. And we got the young man too. Yahweh Shemi, I was shy, Barakatah.
Yahweh Shemi, I was shy, Barakatah.
Most High Christ, man. Most High Christ. Good to see y'all once again. You know what I'm saying? We're here for another week of the Lashawan Qadash. Again, just getting more and more solid with that Hebrew. A couple more classes, y'all about to be fluent, believe me. All right, we're going to get it in.
Lord willing.
If y'all could state your registry. I'm going to start with Ira.
I'm Ira, Ban Yam, Ban Yashra Allah.
Most High Christ. So Ira, Ban Yam, Ban Yashra. Okay. Let's see. The young man, whenever you're ready, if you could also.
Is there like a feedback? Can you hear that too?
Yeah, I think that might be on the young man's side. It's a slight feedback. It might be no, it's too wild now. Might check one too. It's a very slight feedback, but nothing too heavy. It might work, young man. If you're able to access your settings, you might see if echo cancellation or reduce background noise is on. If they're not on, try turning those on, and it might just, there's like a slight kind of feedback on the mic when I speak. So let me see.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. All right, no sweat. We good to go. It ain't no big deal. All right, no sweat. We could go ahead and state your registry for me.
Khan, Yalad, Freddie, Ban Gad, Ban Yashala.
Most High Christ. So Yalad, Freddie, Ban Gad, Ban Yashala. All right, if I was to state my registry, it would be Ra'al, Ban Yamyan, Ban Yashala. All right, for anybody who doesn't know how to state their registry, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. 1 second. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so in order to state your registry, you will say your name. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Ra'al Ban Ira, the young man, whether it be, we got Kayala say her registry also. Kayala Bathia Hawada, Bathia Shala. Right? So you start with your name, then you will say either Ban or Bath. If you're a brother, you'll say Ban, which means son. If you're a sister, you'll say Bath, which means daughter. Right? Like son of or daughter of. The of, there's no Hebrew word for of, it's kind of just implied, right? So you'll say your name, son or daughter, then your tribe in the Hebrew, right? So you'll be Yahawada, Banyamyan, Lawyer, Shamaywan, Manashah, whatever your tribe is in the Hebrew. Y'all want to know if you don't know what your tribe is in the Hebrew, but you know what it is in the English, let me know your tribe, and I can tell you how it's pronounced in the Hebrew, right? But yeah, we'll definitely want to know that so you can confidently state your registry. All right. Then you'll again say ban or bath, meaning son or daughter. And next you will say your nation, which everyone in the ISUPK will be of the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Unlike fake Israelite groups, we don't let in, you know what I'm saying, Hamites and Edomites. And I think they're trying to let in Elam over there in some of them funky fake Israelite groups. Everyone in this school is of Yashala. You know what I'm saying? So you'll say ban or bath Yashala. All right. No sweat. So without further ado, we're going to get into tonight's class. All right. So tonight's class, we're going over reading biblical Hebrew. So this is a class we did similar not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? We're going to kind of revisit and we're going to look at reading biblical Hebrew. Right. So we're going to, you know, practice makes perfect. So as you might be instructed to read for a Sabbath service or, you know, just generally reading through and studying Hebrew, you will want to be able to read a verse in Hebrew. You will want to be able to read it confidently and knowing what it is that we're saying and reading, right? So we're going to start with Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. So what I'm going to do, I have it basically all kind of written down in the 4 different, I would say, versions. We have English, we have the Assyrian Hebrew, we have the Hebrew in the English letters, and we have the Paleo Hebrew right here. All right, what I'm going to do for now is we'll take it part by part. So first, I'm going to have somebody read the English. Ira, if you could read the verse in the English for me. Whenever you're ready.
7 and 6, you say?
Yeah.
Dit is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Bible, like if you're some Christian or some fake Israelite, you know what I'm saying, the Most High chose a certain people to be his special people. And he chose that people to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So while your pastor tells you and lies to you that we're all equal and, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're black or white or purple or green. I don't know why they say that foolishness, because nobody is purple or green. It's just to make it not seem like what it is they're trying to do, which is save the white man. That's exactly what it is. It's like you as a black man, you can't even get salvation. You're the one being oppressed, but you can't get saved unless the white man is involved. That's your pastor. And why is that? Really, it's because your pastor believes in Christianity, which is white supremacy. And another thing, your pastor, his pockets get filled by the oppressor. Like churches receive funding from the white man. So he, you know, whatever he gonna say to you to lie and keep that funding, whatever he's gonna lie and say to you, which is comfortable because you don't want to hear the truth that the Most High chose a people to be a special people unto himself. Above what?
All people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Most High chose a certain people to be above all people. Now, this don't sound like, this don't sound like God loves everybody to me. This don't sound like kumbaya and joining hand in hand to me. It sounds like there is a chosen people, and then there are people who are not chosen. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I'm saying? But that's the verse, right? So, but thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people which are upon the face of the earth. And that right there is the theme of the entire Bible. That's what the entire Bible is about. It's about
That's right.
children of Israel being God's chosen people. It's about the children of Israel, though we fell and we disobeyed the Most High's laws. It's about the Most High trying to get his people to be once again above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Because right now, I mean, you look at our condition and the way this oppressor has us, we are on the bottom of society wherever you find so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. We are the most hated, the most oppressed. We are, you know what I'm saying, just the bottom of society. And wherever you find Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we're always the most divided. Like these other nations, the Chinese, the Arabs, they at least have, you know, they might have their gripes with the oppressor, and the oppressor might make jokes with them, you know what I'm saying, call them whatever racist things he calls them, because, you know, the oppressor is just a vile beast. But they at least have togetherness. That's something that was very purposefully designed out, or like trained out of Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. That unity that the Most High calls us to have was literally trained out of Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. And that's how they want us to be. Because why? If we were together, and if we found out who we were as a nation, and we realized that we were God's chosen people, and that we are above all people that are upon the face of the earth, we would have some questions for the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? But that's that. This ain't a scripture breakdown class. This is the Lashawan Qadash. So we're gonna read. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna read the that verse in the Hebrew, right? So there's two ways I can do this. I can either have you read from here, or if we struggle with any word, I think what we will do is go in the Blue Letter Bible where it will show the root word, and from there we can kind of decipher and figure out how the word or phrase in the verse would be pronounced, right? We're going to start with reading from here, right? So the first word, again with Hebrew, we read from the right to the left. All right, so I'm gonna give the first word to Iraq. You could read that first word for me.
Kaya.
Kaya, right? So the first word we have is kaya, right? Now this is a word you might be familiar with. It's probably come over it a few times when we go through the vocabulary. Does anybody know what the word kaya means in Hebrew?
La sir. I know.
Young man?
La sir.
La. Okay, no sweat.
Yeah.
Right, the word...
No, but this is Kaya word. Base pot.
Say again.
No, I have Kaya word.
Oh, you have Kaya wall.
Or Kaya word.
Okay, or Kaya Wam. Oh yeah, Kaya Wam would be like warm or brown, right? Something like that. I think that uses Ka though. Or you
No,
might be
this
saying
is Kaya word with a W.
Could you spell out the word for me? I might not be hearing.
Kayawar.
Oh, Kaya Wall.
Yeah, which mean pot. Basing.
Okay. No sweat. Okay,
I thought I could, based on that.
Wait, you said it means what again?
A pot. Basing / pot.
Oh,
yeah.
Khan. Okay, I feel what you're saying. That was from last week, right?
That was from last week, yeah.
Yeah, let me try to find it over here. So what the brother was mentioning was the word. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, Kaya Wall, which is right here, right? Okay, no sweat. The word we have is just Kaya.
But it
right?
means 4.
You said 4?
Yeah, or if I have to trust this Bible app.
Okay. Well, the word Kaya means for or because, right? That would be like in Old English, you would say for this is the reason, or something along those lines, right? But the word Kaya would be for or because, right? Like he was hungry or he hadn't eaten all day. You know what I'm saying? That's like old
Right.
English. Today we would use the word because. So that's what kaya means, right? And as we go along, so like, I don't want to reveal too much. As we go along, I'll reveal each word, you know what I'm saying, in the way we would pronounce it with the Hebrew in the English letters. Of course, you have the Hebrew below as well. So if you are struggling on how to read it, that will help you. Really, I should I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that. That also is gonna help you, but again, that's reading Hebrew. So if you know how to read that, you'll know how to pronounce the words. I'm not gonna cover that up like I did the Hebrew and English letters a bit too easy. I want to give that to you right away. But y'all should be too wild with this, right? All right, the next word I'm gonna give to the young man.
Khan, sir, that will be I'm.
Right? So this word is I'm. Okay, does anybody know what the word I'm means?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be like in?
You said and?
In?
Oh, in?
Khan.
Not quite. No. Good guess. Good guess. People. Okay. The word I'm it means together, right? And it became the word for people, right? Because why? The people is a bunch of individuals grouped together and they become what? A people, right? So the word I'm means together or people, right? In this context, like if I go into the Blue Letter Bible, it's I mean predominantly people. I mean good night 1,836 times. People, nation, kinsmen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it means people as in like a nation, like a tribe, or you know what I'm saying, a family. Like the nation of Israel would be a people. You know what I'm saying? All right, Most High in Christ. So kaya, I'm. Let me go back to Ira for the next word. So let me get back over here. And let me tuck this away.
The next word is Qadash.
Next word is Qadash. All right, Most High in Christ, which means what?
Holy.
Holy, right? So you have Kaya, I'm Qadash. So far, you have 4 people holy. Okay, let me get the next word.
Atha.
Atha,
Ta.
right? Atha, Most High in Christ. Okay, does anyone know what the word Atha means?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Khan. Atha means you, right? And in the whole English, it would be thou, right? So far we have 4 people holy, or so 4 are holy people, you or thou. So what thou would be read as is basically for a holy people art thou, right? Or for thou art unholy people, right? But of course, you know what I'm saying, in the transliteration would be for a holy people art thou, right? And then of course when we read on, it's going to make even more sense of why it was translated as for thou art unholy people, you know, unto the Lord thy God, right? So let me get the next word, or the next phrase, I should say.
There would be La Yahweh.
La Yahweh, right? La Yahweh. What does La Yahweh mean?
La is a proposition,
Mm-hmm.
which means to.
Mm-hmm.
So what they say is to Yahweh, to the Lord.
Khan, right? So La is a preposition meaning to or for, right? So in this context, it would be to. So to Yahweh, to the Lord, to the Most High, right? So what we have from this phrase is for an holy people, thou art to the Most High, or art thou to the Most High, right? To Yahweh. Okay, Most High in Christ. Let me get the next word, or the next phrase, I should say.
Al Kha Al Khaya Al Kayak.
So we have, so the first part we have A, La, then Ha.
Ya Ka
Ka, right? So A,
Alahaya.
yeah, right? Alahayaka. Matter of fact, I put it wrong with this one, right? It should be, hold on, let me correct this real quick in the paleo, right? Alahayaka, okay? So alahayaka comes from the root word alahayam, which what does alahayam mean?
I should know that.
If I may.
Go ahead.
Your power.
Your power, right? But what does alahaya mean? So alahayaka would be your power. What does alahaya mean?
Alahaya is the power.
Okay. Okay. So alahayim is a word. So the word is plural. So it would really be powers.
Powers.
Right? Like powers or rulers or judges. A lot of times it's referred to as like the angels, right? Angels or God is in not the most high God most of the time.
Right.
This is referring to the powers, right? So alahaya means God or powers or rulers. And you have alahayaka, right? So in that instance, it's singular, and this yaka at the end would be your, right? Like your power. Okay, so la Yahweh, alahayaka, right? So to the Lord your power, right? Or thy God. Okay, Most High in Christ. So that's the first like sentence from right here, or the first part of the verse, right? Kaya Ain Qadash Atha La Yahweh Alahayaka. Okay, let me get the next word.
Is Baka.
Baka, right? Baka, right? Now this word Baka, so ba here is a preposition, right? Ba here is a preposition meaning, ba is a preposition meaning, it's like Alahayaka, Baka, right? So ba is a preposition that means in, on, or with, right? So we have Baka, this ka at the end. Hold on, let me correct this too. Hold on. Is it Alahayaka or? Hold on, give me 1 second. Comes from Alahayam. Yeah, it'd be Alahayaka. All right, no sweat. So, right, we have Baka. So ba means in, on, or with. So it'd be like in thee, or no, I wouldn't use on thee in this context, or like with thee, right? Or in thee, right? Let me get the next word.
Baka Slakia. Baka.
Okay, so this letter here, this last one is a Ra.
Rakab.
You ready? We got it backwards.
Bakar.
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 Right? Bakar. Okay, and the word Bakar, does anyone know off the top of their head what it means? Because I like to always give you all a chance, might know it before giving you all the answer.
I was following it in the online Bible, but I lost. I lost it.
All right, so we at Bakar. Okay, the word Bakar, I'll give it to you. The word Bakar means to choose, right? To choose or to select, to choose something, right? So, and then so in here it's going to be a verb, right? So basically, in you or in thou or with thou chose. Then what's the next word we have?
The next word is Yahweh.
Yahweh, right? So in you chose Yahweh, or in you Yahweh chose, right? Because with verbs in the Hebrew, the subject, meaning the person completing the action, goes after the verb, right? So where you see, like right here, Bakar Yahweh would be Yahweh chose or God chose, right? Or what's another example I can give? I think that's fine for now, right? Bakar Yahweh would be Yahweh chose. So in you or with you, God chose. All right, what's the next phrase?
Lawa.
It's like we right here.
Oh. Allah. Ha. Allah.
Did I miss something? I think I missed something in the paleo.
Yeah, but in the paleo, the next word is
I'm
yeah.
missing two
Lawa.
words. Good night. Hey, it's always something. All right. Okay, ignore. All right, we're missing two words in the paleo Salakia to go back and correct it. For now, we'll just read from the Assyrian, right? Salakia for that. I'd have to move a lot of stuff around. I'm gonna just leave the paleo as it is. For anybody watching, Salakia, I am missing two words in the paleo, right? All right, so no sweat. So carry on where you are from the Assyrian.
Salaki, I was reading from the paleo.
Okay, no sweat. Are you able to read the Assyrian?
I can. Where are we?
We are after we right here on this word.
Allah. Ha. Yeah, is the Alahayam?
Alahaya, and then the last word, the last letter.
That's a M. Is it Ada?
No. That's okay. This one
Alahaya.
right here is a ka at the end of a word.
Khan. Alahayaka.
Alahayaka, which again means your power, right? Or your God, right? So we have Alahayaka. Let me right? Alahayaka. Okay. So in the where we are, Slakia. Bakar in the chose Yahweh, your power, or the Lord thy God. And then this next phrase, right? Let's get this one here. Ira.
Laha ya waka.
Close.
Ha.
So this, what's this last letter?
Ha.
Say again.
1 second. No, ta.
Ta.
La, ha, ya, ka, wa, ta. What?
Right.
So lahaya, what?
Lahaya wa. Perfect. Right. That was excellent work putting the wa and the tha together. Right. Lahaya wa. Right. So again, we have the preposition la, which means to. Then we have this word here, hayawath, right? Or this phrase, I should say, hayawath. It comes from the root haya. Does anyone know what the word haya means in Hebrew?
For?
That's kaya. But here we have haya.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Would it be himself?
No. The word haya means to be or to become. Right? That's what that phrase means. So now you have hayawath, right? Which would be in the plural sense. So you are all, la hayawath would be to be or to become, right? So what we have right here, so from Bakar, so with thee chose Yahweh, your God, to be, right? Then we have the next word, or the next phrase, I should say.
Laha.
Not laha.
No. Lara. Salaki. Laya.
Not quite. Not yeah.
La. Salakia.
No sweat.
Lawa.
Lawa, right? No sign Christ. Lawa. Okay. Now that lawa, you have la as a preposition meaning to. Then you have wa at the end of a word, which means what? For time's sake, I'll give it to y'all. It means he. It could be it, he, or him, right? So this lawa here, that's how you would say to him, right? Where in the verse is unto himself, that would be the lawa, right? So to become unto himself or unto him or to him. All right. Then the next phrase.
One quick question. Was there possessive adjective?
The what?
The what?
Kind of. It follows a very similar format as a possessive adjective, but instead of saying, you're not saying to his, right? You would say to him. Like it's how certain words, if you was to say laya, it would be to me, or laka.
It's masculine, you mean?
It's basically, it follows damn near the same as the possessive adjective, but you're not saying his, you're saying him. You're not saying her, or you're not saying, well, you're, I guess for, hold on. In both instances, you would say her, right? Like her house or to her, right? My or me. You know what I'm saying? It's the same format, but based on the context, it's going to be to him, right?
Oh. Tuara. The next word is la'ain.
La'ain, right? Okay, la'ain. And what does la'ain mean?
I have a people here.
Say again.
A people.
A people, right? So you have I'm, which means people, and then what would the lab mean in this context?
As a preposition, the la is to.
Or
I only got two.
Okay, so la as a preposition means to or for, right? To or for. You want to make sure you have that down for the preposition la. Okay, so in this context, you would use the definition for, right? So for a people. Okay. All right. So
yeah, I got it. 2 and 4.
Yeah, it would be 2 or 4, right? So what we have
But
here.
I was looking on my digital ones.
Right. So what we have here so far from this phrase, we have with you chose Yahweh, your God, to be to himself for a people and then the next word is an adjective describing what type of people we are, right? So who got next? Is it the young man?
Khan,
next
sir.
word.
Would be Sagala.
Khan, Sagala, right? Sagala. Sagala is a word. We went over this not too long ago. When we went over the, what was the class called? Something like the reputation or the titles of the children of Israel. All right, and one of those is that we're known as a special people, and that word for special or peculiar is Sagala, right? Sagala means special or peculiar, like a particular people. Okay, so that's Sagala. So we are to himself, for a people special. So for a special people. Okay. What's the next word we have, or the next phrase?
The next one is Makal.
Makal, right? So we have Makal. What does Makal mean?
Above all.
Not above all.
Above.
Say again.
Above.
Not above. You don't want to necessarily read it word for word in the like from the English translation. You kind of have to, go ahead, young man.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, sir.
Nah, you good.
Of.
Okay, so ma means of or from, right? Messiah in Christ. So the ma means of or from. In this context, it's going to be, well, really, it could be either. You can kind of read it as either and get the same context, right? And
The ma is a proposition.
Yeah, ma is a preposition. So. Then you have the word cow. What does cow mean?
Salakia.
Good.
All.
All, right? Cow means all or every, right? So you're chosen to be a special people, and you have Makal, which would be of all or from all, right? So we're special from everybody else. So from all, and of course we're going to continue reading on, right? So what's the next word we have, or next phrase, I should say?
Hi, Maya. Salakia.
No sweat. I'll give you a hint. The first letter is a preposition. Say that separately.
Khan. Is that looks like high. But...
So instead of being high, it wouldn't be a ha and an I joined together. You'd say ha, and then the rest of the so ha is the preposition, and then the rest of the phrase is kind of like its own Hebrew word.
So ha, mayam. Ha.
So you still have the letter I, it's still there. You gotta put it in.
Khan. Haya mayam.
If I can help the brother out.
He got it. He got it. So it'd be ha, and then the next part you have an I and a ma, right? Now this is a word we've read previously, right? It means people. Can you read what that word is? Remember?
I'm,
right? So you have ha, I'm, and then the last part.
Oh, ha'aim ya. Ha'aim yama. Ha'aim.
Okay, the last part would be the okay. I'll give you a hint on this part, right? This is how you would make a masculine word plural in Hebrew. Do you know how you do that?
Come. Ha'aim yam.
Ha'aim yam. Perfect, right? So ha'aim yam. You have ha as a preposition meaning the. You have aim, which means people, and then Yam makes it plural. So all the peoples, right? All the nations, right? So we're to the Most High for a people, for a special people from all the people or all the nations or all the families, right? Let me get the next word.
The next word is one quick look at the alphabet. Hashar.
Ashar, right?
Ashar. No Hashar, Salakia. Ashar.
Ashar. All right, which means what?
Death.
It could mean that. So that comes from, I'm sure, the Blue Letter Bible, right? But Ashar,
yes,
in its Ashar in its base form means witch, right? Ashar is a word which means witch, and then based on the context, like if you read, in the context, if you read the word that, you could very well replace it with the word witch. So that's really what it means, right? Or it could be translated in other ways to be more how people might talk, but the word itself is more witch, right? That's its primary definition. Okay, so all the
So I
people.
shouldn't trust this app too much.
The app basically tells you what it's been translated as, but you want to know what the person meant, what they were saying, right? So it's useful, but just like it will say, what's something it said earlier on? Give me 1 second.
I think above all, it wasn't the same either.
Yeah, well, no, above all, we haven't yet read.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so where it says above all people, that above part is not above all people isn't it's not actually in the verse, but from the translation they did that by the context, right? So where it says above all people, right? That is, it does Macau for that, right? But Macau would really be from all people or of all people. So you're chosen from all people. So from all the people, you were chosen specifically. So we translate it
But
as,
it means above all people. If you dissect it, it means above all people. But they literally say above all.
I would say if you
right?
dissect it, it would be from all people, or from, what is it, Macau?
From
all, right? Or of all. But from the context, you could read it as, it's basically above all, because of the context we're talking about. Right? The Most High chose this specific people from all the people that are upon the face of the earth. Right? That's the verse, right?
And Salakis, sir, does it have to do with a little bit of slang also? So I mean, like, is that something I have to put in consideration also? Understanding the verbs.
It's more. You know how, I mean, you'll be familiar with this because you know multiple languages, right? It's similar how a word that you might say in, or a phrase you might say in Spanish, there's no direct translation, or if you was to translate it in English, it would kind of mean something different. So in order to get what it is you're actually trying to say, you might have changed certain words in English, right? To get what it is you said in Spanish. In a similar context, you might say something in Hebrew, but in order for it to mean to someone reading it in English, you might have to tweak a few words so they can get the context more of what it is you're saying, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I understand you.
So in this context, it would say you were chosen to be a special people from all people. It's translated in the English as above all people because that's what the verse is saying. That's what it's saying. It didn't literally say it, like it uses Macau, which is from all or of all. But what it's saying is you were chosen specifically. So you're above all, right? So it's the difference between transliteration. The transliteration will be from all. The translation, which is what the context is saying, above all.
In the context, you will know that it will be of all people on the earth, so above all.
Like, exactly, and like this is how we decipher. Like again, because even verses translated in the English might not be saying what the Hebrew is saying. That's why there's so much confusion where, like, it says God in the English here, but it's not referring to the Most High God. It's referring to the powers, right? It's referring to the angels, the rulers. That's why you would read it first in the Hebrew, get what it's saying there, and then see if the English matches up enough, or that helps you get the context of what even the English translation is trying to say. Like there's some phrases or verses in the Bible where the English translation, it will confuse you. Like I'll give you another example. The word rakah is translated in the King James Version Bible as ghost, because at that time Christians were very superstitious and actually believed in ghost. But the word rakah in the Hebrew means spirit, right? It's not some mystical ghost.
Casper.
It's not, yeah, exactly. It ain't Casper. It ain't the Holy Ghost, or it's just some mystical being. It's the Holy Spirit, right? And we all, are familiar with what a spirit is. A spirit is, if you're in the spirit to do something, you're in the vibe.
It's a vibe.
Spirits, I'm saying? It's not a ghost. You feel me? So that's like an example right here where you got to get what the Hebrew's saying, and then you understand what the English translation is saying, or even maybe why they might have misinterpreted, or why it's written as this, or why it's written as that, right? But
Most High in Christ.
Foundation. Come on.
So, if I may say something, you will see all those Christian pastors that go to school for, I think it was 5 or 8 years long, the theological school, and come out, and today you, who are a young brother, knows even more than them. So that will show how in the ISUPK we truly the house of the truth.
Yeah, that's facts. That's absolutely right.
That's some
yeah, I didn't study with some oppressor and theologian. I learned from niggas. I learned from niggas. That's who I learned from, and I know more than your pastor. He thinks he knows something. No, go ahead.
Yeah, they won't even consider what you've been telling me right now. Right. They don't even consider that. They went to school all that time.
Right. They the ISUPK is just too rough for a Christian pastor.
Yeah.
Even though we are absolutely right, and we have, broken down Christianity at every single turn. Like, Captain Tazarek has been crushing every fake religion for years, for
like
decades.
That X, like there's some X you break in the morning.
Right.
God damn.
He's been putting every fake religion in a body bag for, good night. But still,
by now, if you don't understand it, it's because you do not want to understand it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Or just, we're just too rough for a Christian. It's just too, what you're saying is right, but it's damn near like a sister. It's like what you're saying is right, but I feel like
some bitch shit.
They're not wrong. We are crushing Christianity, but we ain't physically hurting you, brother. You'll be all right. It's just words. So,
a lot of ones more than us.
Come. I was gonna say, what you were saying, is spot on because the word says the heart is deceitful, and it gets me to wonder how, even though the truth could be packaged, it may be packaged in a package you might not like it, or delivered in a way you might not want it to be delivered, but it's still the truth. How could you deny what's plain and simple is the truth, whether regardless, you don't like how it's said or who it's coming from. So I just think that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it what it comes down to is really it's just maturity. Like a child doesn't like being corrected. A child doesn't like being corrected. An adult or a mature person will realize, although what you're saying might be harsh, I mean, shit, I need to hear it because what I'm doing is effed up. It's straight up maturity. Your Christians they're just children. It's that's all. Just children, they're immature children, and they fuss and cry when they get corrected. A brother with some or sister with some maturity will take the correction and correct themselves.
Right.
That's real.
Yeah, you had to be mature to handle the truth. All right, but that's let's carry on with the verse. So we got Ashar, which means witch, and then the next phrase. Let me get this together, right?
It's Alpanya.
Alpanya, Most High in Christ. All right, Alpanya, which means what?
Face of people. People face.
Not quite. So this word, the first word here is isle. You might be confusing it with Ein.
Salakia. Of people.
Not of people.
In people?
Nope. What does isle mean? Like if you was to salute the sisters, you use the word isle. What does that mean? Yahweh Shema, Isle Lathar, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
I should know this.
No sweat. Also, while they looking for the answer, Shalom, we got Tracy Coleman in the building, checking it from Albany, Georgia. Shalom, Lord of Christ.
I got the answer.
Sharp
If I'm allowed to say it.
Give me 1 second. I see the brother got it. Shalom to his sister, Yahweh Shema Latha Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We got Officer Mariah Allen in the building. Shalom, Mother One, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
I got it.
Who else we got? Sister Kwame Da. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shema Latha Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, you got it, young man?
Khan. It's above.
Above, right? Above or upon. And then panya means what?
Face.
Face, right? So upon the face. And the last word, last phrase, Ira.
So like you said, wasn't the isle over?
Yeah, the isle is like over, upon, on, above. Just something that's on top. It's the shortened version of Isla, which means up, ascend, over. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's above, on top, right? So all those words are just synonyms, like above, upon, over. That's pretty much they're just synonyms. They mean the same thing.
All right. The next word is Ha'adama.
Ha'adama, Most High in Christ. So the last word in this verse is Ha'adama, right? Would I have a go translating that? Of course,
it's again a proposition, which is the, and then I will have to say that Adama is then the earth.
The earth, Khan, right? So it comes from the root Adam, which means ground, or it could be translated as red also, right? Because the soil was red, like the color red.
Like
like red.
Esau.
Yeah, Esau. His
Ada
name
Wam.
down. It's Adawam, right? Which
Ada
means red.
Wam.
Now the word Adam means ground or earth or land, right? So Adamah is just the feminine of that, right? Now the earth is feminine. Why? I mean, you have the seed and you have the earth. The earth is feminine. You feel me? All right. So Adamah, right, which is the ground or the land or the earth, right? So if I was to translate again this last part of the verse, so we're reading from Bakar, right? So Bakar would be in you or with you. Bakar Yahweh is, well, I should say Bakar Yahweh Alahayaka would be Yahweh, your power or your God or the Lord thy God have chosen, which is Bakar. Then La Hayawath, to be. Then Lawa is to him or to himself. La'aim, for a people. Sagala means special, so for a special people. And you have Makal, which is from all. Ha'aimyam, the people or the nations or the tribes, the families. Ashar is which. I'll Panya, upon the face. Ha'adamah, the earth. Right? So if I was, go ahead.
Just a little side note. I heard that Aratazah was the earth. Would that be just another word?
That's another word for the earth. Right? So
Yeah.
Aratazah would probably be the more common, I would say. Like Hashemayim, Waha, Aratazah, God created the heaven and the earth. But Aratazah is used a lot to say land, earth, so on and so forth. Adam would be another way of saying that, or Adamah, right? Most High Christ. Okay, so that's the verse. So again, if I was to, let me see. For the sister Diana, Shalom, Fist, Yahweh Shema, Allah Ta'ala, I see you in the back. You know what I'm saying? What we're going over in today's class is we reading, or we kind of just finished reading Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6 in the Hebrew, right? So if you want to, if you'd like to, we can have a, if you want to have a go at reading the verse in the Hebrew. For time's sake, I would have you read it either from, I wish I could have you read it from this Hebrew, because of course, I'm sure everyone's more familiar with this Hebrew, but I'm missing 2 words. So if you want to have a read through the verse, could you read it from the Hebrew and the English letters for me? It's like you're dying. Are you there?
I saw her pop up a few times already, actually, though.
She might not have a, let me see. She could be away from her laptop or something along those lines. That's too wild. There's no sweat. All right. If you are able to hear me, Diana, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? And we'll we can go over the verse, or we're about to head into the second half of the class where we go over vocabulary. Right. So I'm gonna leave this up on the screen for a few minutes if anybody's, writing anything down or finishing off anything.
I didn't write nothing down.
I mean, shoot, that's too wild. You can take if you want to take a screenshot. A lot of people take a screenshot and write it down later. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But what was going over mainly is reading it, so you can read it.
Yeah, I was reading. That's why.
That's no sweat. There's no sweat at all.
Oh, can you send it to me, sir? If you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the 2 corrections, adding the 2 words I'm missing, and then I'll send it over to you. So it might take a little.
And from last week also, I didn't got it yet.
Last week we kind of just revisited the.
I know. Then is the week therefore. No, but last week we did a recap, and you had like the stones and the tribe.
Yeah, I can send that to you if you want.
Yeah, because I have only the tribe symbols, and I don't have that one.
Okay, no sweat. I can get that over to you. All right, no sweat. So while I set up for the second half of the class, of course, if anybody has any questions at all, feel free. If you're in the comments, drop all your questions in. You know what I'm saying? I see also a sister named Tyra Fraser. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shema Allah Bashim outside. All right, checking it from Portland, Oregon. No sign of Christ. Okay, and then let me get set up for the second half. We'll get this thing rolling.
Where we reading from?
That was a good question. Let me figure it out. So
Actually, I should know by following the Sabbath classes.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Sabbath class lets you know where we read from last week. So
yeah.
Where did we read from?
And that happened everywhere the same way. In the States, everybody read the same verses every week.
Everybody should be aligned on the same verse. I think sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I put it in the title, because I did this Sabbath service last week. Did I? Or was that the week before? I think that could have been. There's probably, I don't know. I do so much work. I forget. So like, I'm here, there, and I'm there everywhere. All right. So like,
sir, I didn't get that.
Nah, I was saying I was trying to remember if I did the Sabbath service last week. If it was
yes, and your father and your brother.
Yeah, there we go. Let me find out where we read from to start. Bada bing, bada boom. We read from Exodus 30 and 20. Exodus 30. Hold on. It might have been 19. I feel like it was 19. All right, let me read from. So we had to do what? 49?
I got it. Exodus 30 and 16 we did last week.
30 and 16? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me figure out what this. So hold on.
Oh, we started at 30 and 16.
Exodus 30 and verse 16. All right, so we're gonna read. Hold on. Man, give me the answer, man. I just want to know where I'll land. Okay. It should be. Man, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Let me ask good old Chat GPT. Yeah. So I can't be out doing the maths right now. All right, let me figure this out. So
what you gonna ask him?
I just need to know where we started. So last week we would start from Exodus 13, 16, but we had to go forward 49 verses. So you should be.
I can recall there where we read. The last word that I have here is rakataza.
Rakataza, okay.
Yes, the last word I have from that day.
Okay, we should be.
No. The last word is mayam.
Okay, no sweat. We should be.
Mayam or rakataza.
Okay.
So we might be able to find out anyway.
I got it. We should be in Exodus 32 and verse 9. That's where we're gonna start from. All right, so that'll be 49 verses. So usually in a Sabbath service, you'd have, I'm saying, 7 brothers that would come up and read the Hebrew, and then that would be 49 verses in total. Of course, if your school doesn't have, or I was in Manchester, so we don't have 7 brothers yet. We getting there. But I'm saying, so you just do as many brothers you have. So, but the next one is 49 verses from there. So we're gonna start at Exodus 32. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Wait, Salaki, let me hear if I hear you right. So every week 7 brothers are supposed to read. But if you don't have 7 brothers, you don't read 7.
Yeah, you just read as many brothers you have.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's biblical too.
I'm not.
I mean, like you couldn't do the same brother twice.
I mean, you probably could, but it's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. So it's you don't have to. Alright, so I'm gonna do Exodus 32. Hold on. I don't know if it's in the Bible, like how many verses you would read for this type of service. I don't believe it is, because it don't specify exactly, what you need to read or how many. But the reason we do 7 is because 7 is like a complete number in the Bible, right?
All right.
Where we at? So Exodus 32 and verse 9 in the interlinear. Let me get this ready and view in the chapter. Okay, cool. So we're here with it. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. Does anyone need me to keep my screen up, or I'm toward to stop sharing and reshare for the second half?
Can.
All right, no sweat. Let me stop sharing and then get this back up. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, right here with it. And hey, right. So from Exodus 32 and verse 9 onwards. All right. So again, just like we was doing in the class, we're gonna read. So like we're gonna read the Hebrew, right? Bada bing, bada boom. Right. So it starts here. Waya Amar, right? Waya Amar. So you have wa as a preposition. For this part, it's like the young man, if you could mute your mic just because we still getting the feedback. But of course, if you have any questions, just let me know. Just because it's getting a slight feedback. The water. All right, wa would be and. You have ya as a preposition, which means he. Then you have Amar, right? Who knows what Amar means? And the next part.
Say.
Khan. Amar means to say, right? To say. Messiah Christ. Then you have this word al. So this word al, when it's joined with something, so when joined, means unto. If it's not joined with a word, it can mean the same thing as la'a, right? So it would be, it could be like no, right? But when it's joined with something, in this case, it's joined here with this dash to Mashah, which is Moses. It means unto. Mashah, which is name of Moses. I'll just put Moses. All right. Then we have Ra Ayathia. Okay, so Ra. This would be the root here would be Ra'ah, which means to see. Right. Let me go into it. It would be the Ra'ah, which is see, seen, saw, look. Yeah. So the best thing here is see. Let's see what it's most translated as. Seen 152. Saw. Yeah. So it's gonna be C. All right. Then you have ath, right? This ath doesn't have a translation. What's the phrase? It lets you know. Let me put in brackets. What's the word? What's the synonym for like lets you know? It tells you what the verb is.
So like you said, for me, yeah.
Yep. I do this every time. I can't remember the go ahead, Salaki.
If we can go back to Ra'ah, can you, doesn't it say here Ra'ah Ya?
Applies to us though. Yeah, Ra'ayathia, right? Ra'ayathia. But for the for the vocabulary, we focusing on the root words, right? So the root word would be Ra'ah. It's like where we at? Let's get back to we over here. Okay. Right. So root would be Ra'ah, and then Ra'ayathia would be this Ya would be like my. So it'd be like seen. Ra'ayath. Let me see. Perfect. Hold on. Perfect tense means is completed. The yath part, I'm not 100% sure. Right? We translated as it's the full phrase as I have seen. So I know the root ra'ah means to see. Right? So,
and you recognize that first word, which tells you that the next coming letters are like onto
like an addition.
Yeah, like an addition. Sir. I couldn't make out why you only use those two fronts, so
yeah. So even the word ra'ah would be a ra, an ah, and a ha. Right? So this star right here, I imagine the ra'ayath, I think that puts it into the context of the verb we're talking about. What's the way to say that?
If I may, so in the paleo there will be a connector between the two last ones.
It would be ra'ayathia. So like here, yeah, in the paleo there'd be a connector
between the first ya and
hold on. You know what? Okay, it would be ra'ayathaya. Okay, so like I'm wrong. Okay, it would be ra'ah. Not really. I'm thinking. Okay, hold on. Because the root here is ra'ah, and
with a ha at the end also, like you say.
Yeah, it would be a ha at the end, right? Now, this ya.
It's a proposition.
And I'm just not sure on the ya. Now, it could be something the oppressor added because again he doesn't understand like a vowel. It could be one of those letters that aren't actually there. But what I do know is the ya at the end of a word is how you do. If I go back to the class I did on verbs, right? Past tense verbs, present tense verbs, and future tense verbs. For the subject of I, as in to say I did something, which is what is being said here. I have seen, right? You add thaya at the end. So this would be pronounced as ra'athaya or ra'ayathaya. I don't know about that ya, to be honest with you. I don't know 100%. But I would to say I saw or I have seen, I would say ra'athaya, right? You got the verb, which is ra'ah, and then thaya is to say past tense, right? Something I did, I completed. Okay.
And if I may also, sir, can we one time like go back to the propositions and because now I have a little bit more knowledge about the language,
Okay.
If we can revisit them one time.
Yeah, so you wanna do kind of go back to I guess forming like sentences and using the prepositions, using the possessive adjectives to
or like when you did that, I remember I was in that class, but today the day with what I know, I'm kind of thinking like, oh, now I would like actually understand what you're saying. Like, you know,
Right. I feel what
I
you're
didn't
saying.
understand what you were saying, but now I would like
Yeah, now
really,
you
really
know
know
more.
how to graft it into my brain, how to remember what should I know.
Yeah, I feel
If
what you're
we
saying
can
for sure.
Babakasha one time.
Yeah, I mean that's always the goal. The goal is to like learn a bit, then practice forming sentences, then learn some more and practice forming sentences again. Because you're gonna have more words to say, more things you can put into sentences, more combinations you can come up with. The more words you know, the more sentences you can form. Right. So that's even the purpose of like every class going through vocabulary is going to build your vocabulary. So when you go back to like we'll always keep revisiting building sentences and forming sentences because that's the point. The point is to be able to speak Hebrew, not just read what someone else is saying, but form your own sentences, right? And or understand what someone else is saying when they form their own sentences, or I should say their own sentences, right? So on and so forth. We'll definitely revisit that at some point in the near future. All right.
All right.
No sweat. I am the bar. All right, so let's get back to it. All right, right. Let me see. I'm not fully sure on the right? But I've seen that a few times, and it could just be. I'll have to do some research on the being added on a verb. I'll do some research on that specific part because I don't know if that's just something the oppressor added as like a vocab
Properly.
vowel. But from what I do know about Hebrew, you add thayah to make. If you're talking about something I did, as in you yourself, like I. If I'm talking about something I did, I'd add thayah at the end, right?
And if you notice, they put like two things above the the last three letters
right here. Yeah, like
you
those
see
things
like
are
the weird commas above there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those things is again it's just something that's being added to the Hebrew. But I mean, this is even really the original Hebrew. The original Hebrew is Paleo. So that's like all that extra stuff is just stuff that's being kind of added to it. So we want to, as much as we can, get back to the root, like simplify it as much as we can. So the verb ra'ah means to see. To make it past tense or something you've done already, you add thayah. So I would just say ra'ah thayah. Like if you want to know how to say I saw or I seen, you could say anya ra'ah thayah. You could just say ra'ah thayah. And that from the context, that's what that would mean, right? But I digress. All right. Then we have ath, which again, this is where with no translation, but it tells you what the verb applies to. You have ha'ain, which is something we went over in tonight's class. It always something always finds a way to work its way into what we read. We have ha, which is of course the preposition. Oh, I want to copy this again, so I'll keep writing it. All right, preposition meaning the, and we have I'm, which means people.
People.
Right? So I have seen the people. Then you have hazah, right? The root here is just za, which means this or that. Right? And then hazah would just, it's the preposition, and then it'd be like saying the this, which is just this, right? You can see here the root is za, which is this, these, here. Is again you're saying this, right? So in the context of that, you could be saying here, right? But it more means this. Like if I see let's go into translations. I mean, good night. Yeah. This, those, this one. The context it means this, right? Here is a translation, but yeah, definition this or here. All right. Then we have wahana. Okay, so we have wa preposition means and. Hana is a word which means behold. Right? Like if you go into it, so it translates it as and indeed, but really it would be saying and behold or and lo, meaning look, right? So put behold / look. That's Hana. Then you have I'm Kwasha. Okay, so people, Kwasha, I rap. Okay, so Kwasha, I rap as a phrase. Kwasha means hard or stubborn. I'm gonna put hold on. Hard, harshly, fair, severe. Hard / hold on. Harshly, yeah, put harsh / severe. Like could be referring to like severe punishment, someone who's hard to work with, like they're stubborn, they're cruel, hard to get along with, like along that type of line, right? Then you have I rap. I rap is a word, okay, which means neck or back of the neck. Or with Kwashai means stiff-necked, right?
Stiff-necked people.
Exactly. So I rap would be your neck or your nape, the back of the neck, right? So I'm gonna put neck / I just put back of the neck, right? Then I'll put it as a phrase together. Kwasha, I rap is stiff-necked. Cool. Then you have Hawa'a. It's like here. Means he or it. Right? So it'd be I'm Kwasha, I rap. So a stiff-necked people, it. Right? So it'd be it is. So it is a stiff-necked people. Right? Then you have Wa'aitha. Okay, let me get the here. So Aitha means means at this time or henceforth. Okay, so it'd be now or at this time. It would be like now or from now type thing. You put I'll just leave it as now, right? I thought means now. I'm gonna put in henceforth. That's the way of saying like from now, from this point in time. Okay. All right. So now it has what I thought. So and now or and henceforth. Hanayaka. All right, so let's get into it. So Yanak, right? So what was it? Yanaka? Hanayaka, right? Okay. So Yanak is a root here. Nayak, which means to deposit, to cast down. Let me see. Okay, it means to leave something, right? So let me see. To bestow, to leave off, to let alone, to remain something, cast down. I'm gonna put
Yakha.
Let me get this.
So like, how did you read that word? Can you read it if you can again?
That would be Nayak.
No, the full thing.
Okay, it was. Hold on 1 second. In the verse, it was Hanayaka. Right, Hanayaka.
There's another ha at the end. Hanayaka.
Yeah, Hanayaka. So this is a ka and then this is a ha. I did this. So yeah, so like this word, the root word is yanak. All right. Yanak, which means, I'll put it as to bestow, cast down.
So the first letter is a na. Ha, na, ya, ka, ha. Right?
Yeah, so in the phrase right here, it does it as hana yaka, right? But the root word is yanak. I'm not entirely sure why it I would say it swaps the na and the ya. It's just in a different I assume it's the yaka, right? That comes from the word yanak, and then the ha and the na kind of means would be something else. But I'm not too sure why it does. I'd have to kind of look into that more, but I don't know off the top of my head, right? But all I can do is go into the root. So the root is yanak, which means, again, I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this thing.
I don't know, but I'm trying to, if I'm reading this, how do I know that the words are connected? Where do I say it's a preposition or not? Things like that is what I want to do.
That just
want to get under control.
I suppose it just comes from experience.
Probably.
I mean, shoot, I was wrong before when we went over that word which ended in taya, right? There'd be some things you might mispronounce. I might mispronounce some things, but as long as you have a good foundation of the Hebrew, you'll be tawar. You know what I'm saying?
All right, and keep coming to classes.
Yeah, exactly. If you was forming sentences, you probably wouldn't phrase it in that way. Like certain things are phrased in a certain way where it doesn't have to be. You can simplify it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could put yanak some, right? Like yanak wa, which would be to cast it down or to leave it, right? You can just simplify it like that, right? But what it's saying in that phrase is kind of saying a more complex phrase, right? I'm gonna put to leave or to leave / deposit. There we go. That's just a good night. Let's come off this word. I'm not tired of this word. It's like, let's look at the next one. Right. Then we have laya. So this is like, as I said earlier, the la would be the preposition to or for. Ya at the end of this word would be me. Right. Right. So let alone or to me or for me. Right. Then you have wa yakar. All right, so Wayakar, let's go to this root, comes from Kara. Okay, so the Wa, the Wa and the Ya will probably be prepositions.
So you jump la ya, you jump la ya.
Say again.
I say you jump the word la ya.
Yeah, so hold on. Oh, no. Yeah, so I read this. So Laya and then Wayakar. Right? So Wayakar, the root here is Kara. So let's get that. It's like your Kara, which means to burn or to be angry. Hold on. We get the to burn with anger. All right, angry burned. Yeah, kindled. Yeah, to burn with anger. All right, then you have apya. Now, ap is a word which can mean nose or it can mean wrath. All right, like if you go into it, anger, nostril, or face. It's more like the nose or the nostril if you're using it like in terms of what's the word?
Like when you're angry, you blow smoke out of your nose.
Exactly. So it's like
I think I heard the explanation once already.
Exactly. So it's like it's literally the nose. It's metaphorically anger. Okay, so nose. I'm gonna put. Yeah, it says it's probably the nose or nostril, hence the face, and occasionally a person also from the rapid breathing and passion. You breathe through your nose heavy, you know what I'm saying, when you pissed off, right? To put it bluntly. All right, so I'm gonna put nose / anger. Okay.
So nose mine. What's here is nose mine.
Yeah, so it'd be my nose.
Apaya is nose mine.
So it'd be apia, right? So apia would be my nose, right? Remember with possessive adjectives, the adjective itself goes after the root
After
word. You would read
yeah.
it as my something, right? If I was to say bayafia, that's my house, right?
And you stay up and not apa, right?
Yeah, it would
up.
be up. Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right, so up, then ya as the possessive adjective being my. You have baham. All right, so ba as a ba as a preposition means in, on, or with, right? So with them. So this ham as a preposition, not a preposition, as a at the end of the word, like as a possessive adjective, it means there. And just the end of a word, not a possessive adjective, it means them, right? In the masculine sense. Okay. The same with ya at the end of a word could be my or me. This could be they, their, or them. You know what I'm saying? It's those type of words, those group of words. We use the same thing. Okay.
You're talking about Baham, right?
Yeah, Baham. Yeah. So the ba would be like with, then the ham means them. Right? So it's like my wrath with them, or my wrath. In some cases, ba can mean against, right? But to not confuse it, be more in, on, or with. So you could say my anger with them, right? That's the one you'd use to make that make sense, right? Then you have wa'akal or wa'akalam. Okay, so the root here would be akal.
But you didn't put ham.
Yeah, so
I know ham was them. Ham was them.
Yeah,
so you don't put it.
Exactly. Ham, you wouldn't really see ham by itself as a word. It's not really like a word like that. If I go into, it don't have its own like root to go to, right? But I could put, like I've put previously. Let me just put this here. Ham at the end of word. Let's put at the end. Means they, them, or their in the masculine sense. Right? Okay. Then you have wa akalam. The root here is akal, which means to eat. Right? Okay, so you have and, eat, and then this ma at the end is like the shortened way of saying ham, right? So instead of saying wa akal ham, you can just say wa akalam, right? It's damn near sounds the same, right? Wa akal ham, wa akalam, you know what I'm saying? It's just a short way of saying that. You'll see that quite a lot where it's saying there's something, or depend on what the letter before it is. You'll either see ham or you'll see this ma letter, but it'd be written as an abbreviation. Like it'd be written as like this. If I was to write it in the English letters, so it'd be like akal lam, right? As opposed to saying akal ham. It would be the same thing, right?
The ha is gonna fall away.
Yeah, the ha is just not
the H.
The ha is not necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessary for the word. All right. But you know, if you put in the word together, you could say akal ham, you could say akal lam, right? It's going to pretty much, the person who's hearing it is going to hear the same thing, right? Then you have wa'a, aisha. Okay, so the is how you say I. That's the preposition. Hold on. So as a preposition is I or I am. Then you have aisha. So everyone knows the word aisha. It means to do or make. It's probably one of the most common words in the Bible. There's a lot of people doing stuff and making stuff. You feel me? Say again.
I did not hear what you say the last.
Oh, I was saying there's a lot of people doing stuff and making stuff. So it's a very common word in the Bible. You feel me? Like, yeah, it means to do or to make. All right, then we have, hold on. Yeah, this would just be afka, right? So to make you, or to make of you, right? Then you have la gawiya or la gawiya, right? So the la would be the preposition meaning for. Then you have gawiya, which means nation, Gentile.
What's the last letter?
Yeah. Right, like gawiya.
But the first one is a ya also. Ya, ha, ya.
Sorry, where you at?
Where you at? The of you. There is the of you there.
No, okay, I was on the next word. Okay, so it would be this will just be read as afka, right? There's I think this y is, I mean this y with the dot on top. That's what the oppressor added, right?
The last letter is a ya too. The last.
No, this is a ka.
Ka.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. I like it.
Yeah, no. So,
okay.
So it'd be
like it. Go on, sir.
All right, even this word, let me see this.
Gauya.
Okay. Yeah, Gauya, right? Gauya, which means nation or Gentile. Then you have, says here, got a wall. The root here would just be Gadal. Yeah, the word origin. Wherever I see this O, that's very what's the word, exaggerated. That's kind of where it gives an inkling that that's something that was added, right? Like shalom, right? That's the same thing. The root is shalom. You can see the word origin here is gadal, which means to grow or be great. So you just read this as gadal as opposed to gadawal.
Gadol.
Right. Exactly. Right. Gadal, which means to grow or great, to be. Hold on. Let me go into it. To grow, to become great. Yeah, hold on. Advanced springboard, both succeed. Yeah, to grow, become great. There we go. It's Torah. Okay. Like great as in great in number, not great as in that's great. It's great as in.
So right. Not great as in 50
cent
become
you're not
great.
becoming like a good person. You becoming a mighty person. You're becoming a large person or great in number. That's what the original meaning.
So it can be both.
Say again.
I say not great, not become great as in like 50 Cent became a great rapper.
Right. Well, you could say he became a great rapper because he became a very big rapper, right? But not great as in this is a like this. You know, this person's just such a great person. That's just he saying they nice. They just a nice person. Great as in this person became a mighty person, right? If you're saying they became a great rapper, they became, 50 Cent is well known and famous. So you could use Goodell for that because he became great. He became magnified, right? He's well known, right? He became great metaphorically, right? He might be the same size. He didn't, grow and become a giant, but he's
so you can
a legacy. Mm-hmm.
So I can use the word myself as a slang.
Yes, you can use it. It's basically like a metaphor.
Yeah, but it means great in number or to grow. It means to grow, and as in like I have 1 kid, now I have 10 kids.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the true meaning of it.
Yeah, it's like to grow.
But
to grow in number, to grow in size, to grow in reputation. That could also be the thing. That would be more metaphorical, right? Bakan. No sweat on the bar. All right, I think that's about what I get to. We at 8:58. I think that's about where I'm gonna close it. So that's the last word I'm gonna get. I'll give you all a few seconds to finish writing down wherever we at. And let me see.
I was right there with you.
Oh, Mosiah Christ. Is everybody else to Wab? Y'all good to go? I'll take that resounding silence as a yes.
I think that is a yes.
Mosiah Christ. All right, we good to go. All right, no sweat. All right, with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Trooper Ira. If you could close out with the salute for us, Baba Kushan.
Tawara once more for your class. Give teacher a hand. Always fantastic with your teachings. So we're going to give the teacher a courtesy of salute. Man of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Barakatah.
Yajamata. We're going to give the sisters also a courtesy of salute. I imagine 2 sisters. Man of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh Shema Natan Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Yajamata. Oh, she's there. Salaki says. Go ahead.
She's a word. Go ahead, Yajamata.
Yajamata. Class dismissed.
No sign. Thank y'all once again for tuning in. Catch y'all next week. Catch y'all tomorrow for the Leicester, scripture breakdown class. Make sure y'all tune in and make sure y'all, just pay attention to all ISUPK social medias. All right, with that, shalom to everybody for joining, thwart of everybody for joining. I'll see y'all next week. All right?
Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Take a boat, go a foreign if it's slow, not the 14 Paris. Let's go.